be more than human.
Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Joseph Carroll. I write under the pen name J.R. Carroll. And today we are doing a tag that was created by a good friend of mine over at Bookish Chaz. I will link his channel below. You should all go check him out. He is awesome. And I'm hoping that I am the first to do this tag. I think he made it a couple of days ago, and I was going to jump right on it, but life gets in the way here. But if you see me looking down, it's because I'm reading off the questions here, and I'm gonna try and kind of go through these kind of quickly and come off the top of my head as much as possible. So the first question is, name a book or series with a expansive library. And I'm going to say The Witcher. And I'm going to use the library at Kermoran. It has books on every type of creature, herbs, venoms, just potions, all kinds of interesting stuff to make the Trial of the Grasses. And so it's a pretty cool library. You get to see it, of course, in the book. It was more featured in Witcher Season 2, as well as the video games, of course. And question number 2, name a book or series where there is an animal bonding, where a character bonds to an animal. I'm going to do a book I recently finished, the first book in the Dark Elf trilogy, Homeland, where Dresden bonds with this kind of spirit panther, which was probably my favorite part of the book. So I just recently put out a review for that. If you're interested, go check it out. But that is my pick for animal bonding. It was good, a good part of the book there. Number 3, name a book where a character seemed unstoppable. I'm gonna use Malazan here, and we'll go with Animator Rick. Man, he is very OP. One of my favorite characters through the first 3 books. Just you know, he's pretty. He's got some pretty good dialogue, as well as just turns into a dragon and just lays waste to people, and people fear him everywhere. Anyone who has heard of him fears Animator Rake. So number 4, a book that has gigantic beasts, and I'm going to pick the Sandman Slim series. And there's all kinds of demons and angelic giant beasts throughout that book. I am currently on book 4. So, I'm looking forward to seeing what else Richard Kadrey comes up with, because I'm loving the Sandman Slim series. Number 5, name a book with talking animals. And I'm going to do a weird one here. I'm going to go with The Rising. And it is one of my favorite, if not my favorite, horror book, as well as being my wife's favorite horror book, or her favorite book in general of all time. It's like a mixture of like demons and zombies, and they can take over people, but not only people, they can take over pretty much any organism. So they'll take over. I mean, there's scenes with lions, and where lions start talking, but they're all like, zombified, so their voice comes out really crazy, weird. Brian King is really good. I've read The Rising and The City of the Dead. I want to get into some of his other works as well. So that'll be number 5. Number 6, name a book where a character is extremely lucky. I'm going to go with Expeditionary Force on this. And through a combination of luck and just having a super powerful AI on his side, Joe Bishop is extremely lucky throughout the entire book series. And I think they got one more book left. It's like, it'll be like book 16 total or something like that. But Joe Bishop finds himself in the craziest predicaments, many times. Skippy, who is the AI, told him, is like, yeah, you should have been dead like 10 times by now. But he just, he finds a way. So it could be skill, but mostly luck, I would say. Number 7, name a book with shape-shifting creatures. I'm going to go with the Dresden Files here, and the list is endless, basically. You have werewolves, lycanthropes, Nagloshi skinwalkers. It runs the gamut. If this isn't your first video, you'll know that Dresden is my favorite book series of all time. And this is one of the reasons why. Just endless amounts of different type of creatures. Number 8 is... name a book where a person has to tame or train an animal. I'm going to go with The Dark Tower. And Oi, which is a Billy Bumbler. And he kind of chooses to be with them, but then they also kind of, he gets used to everyone, so I'm going to use that as them taming him. And he progressively gets more important and does more things, so maybe they're training him a little bit. But Oi is almost always the answer to any question about animal companions. Number 9, name a book with a competition in it. And I am going to pick Harry Potter, which I'm almost through book 2 of my Harry Potter journey. And Quidditch, of course. Why not? And I really do enjoy any time that she brings up and shows us a game of Quidditch. It seems like fun. I wish it was real, having a lot of fun. When I finish that, that'll be my next book review, more than likely. And number 10, a book or series where a group of characters is considered like misfits. I'm gonna go with the Cradle series and Yaren and Lyndon. They're kind of seen as misfits. Her master's dead. He left his family. They're off into this new land, and they have to prove themselves. So I love any books that have like misfit characters in it, because I don't know, all us bookish people kind of seem to fit into that misfit like thing. And final thing is tag some other people. So I'm going to tag David's book reviews and Kayla Lenzen. 2 awesome channels. You all need to check them out. And I think that's all we have for you today. So I'll catch you in the next one.